What's going on, people? It's Greg here with another Excel VBA tutorial video. Today we'll be going over how to send an email with the latest file in a folder attached. So let's get into it. On the left side, got my VBA editor. On the upper right, got my Excel file. Bottom right, got a folder. And let's pick one of these folders. Let's go with report files. And you see there's like 5 files in here. And what we want to do is have our macro automatically pick the latest file or newest file and attach that in our email that we're going to send out. So we'll call this sub send latest file, and then we'll declare our variables. We've got OutApp as Object, OutMail as Object. We got strbody, string body as a string. That's going to be for our email message. Then we've got myPath as a string for our folder path. Then we've got myFile as a string for our file path. Then let's do newestFile as a string, and then newestDate as a string. All right. So let's set OutApp equal to CreateObject, and then we're using the Outlook.Application. All right, and then we're going to set OutMail equal to OutApp.CreateItem, and then we're going to want a 0 in there. Oops, there we go. All right, so then myPath is going to be equal to this path here. So we're just going to right click here and do copy address as text, and then just add that in there and put a backslash in there as well. All right, and then we're going to do myFile. It's going to be the directory, so dir of myPath. So we're going to be looking in this folder for the newest file, which is equal to myFile. So what happens is it's gonna like go through, and what we want it to do is go through the folder until it goes through every single file and determine which one has the last date that's modified. So based on this, if we sort this, it would be Team Purple is the file we'd want to see in that email. So let's do our newest date is going to be equal to FileDateTime, myPath, and myFile. All right. So now we'll go ahead and use a do while loop. So while it exists, while it's not equal to blank, and then we'll close the loop. We're going to use an if. So if file date time myPath and myFile is greater than the newest date at that moment, then we're going to change our newest file to myFile. That way it'll update as it finds a newer date. And then newest date is going to equal the same thing here. Let me just grab that. All right. So then we can end our if. And then myFile is going to equal to the directory dir. Okay. So now for our email, we're going to do strbody is equal to body style. Set that equal to font size. Let's do 14. Font family we'll do times, or let's do Arial. And then ampersand underscore to continue this on to the next line. And we're going to say something like hi team, comma, and then we're going to want a paragraph break. So we'll do that. And that'll take us to the line below. And we're going to say today's report. Oh no, so let's say please see latest file attached. Okay, and then we'll do another paragraph break. And then I'll do another ampersand. Sorry, let me get rid of this. Put that there. Use another ampersand underscore, go to the next line. And then we're going to say best regards. And then we'll use a regular break here. So BR instead of paragraph break, Greg. And you'll see how this formats once the email comes up. All right. So moving on error, resume next. So with OutMail, we're going to send this to, let's go with team@abc.com. We'll CC no one, BCC no one, subject, could be let's see, daily file, and let's throw the date in there as well. So we'll do format date, and we'll do month / day / year as the format for the date. And then we want to display the email before it gets sent out so that we can review it. And then with HTML body, we'll set that equal to our str body up here. And then we want to do .html body. All right. And now we want to attach our newest file. So attachments, add myPath, ampersand newest file. So we know myPath from up here, it's this file, this path name, this path string, and then we're going to be adding whatever the newest file at the point is to the end of that. So it'll give us whichever file should be the latest one here, and that'll be attached in the email. And then we can go ahead and end our with, and then on error, go to 0. And now we want to set OutMail equal to nothing, and then also set OutApp equal to nothing. All right, and then that should be it. So let's go ahead and run it, and let's go ahead and insert like a button here. Let's see. All right. Generate email with latest file. All right. Oops, let me make sure I highlight the whole thing. Okay, so now we're going to right click this button, assign macro, and we're going to be assigning the send latest file macro. So now when I click this button, we got our email. and it's being sent to team@abc.com. Our subject is daily file with today's date, and we've got our file here, the latest one in this folder, which is the purple cells, and then it says, hi team, please see latest file attached. And you see how it jumps down here. That's a paragraph break, and then here after the best regards is just a regular break. So quickly, let's go ahead and try another example. And what about test files? All right, so if we run it on test files, let's see, let's change this. We should see multiple worksheets be the one that's attached, as it's the newest one. So let's run it. Yep, latest file. And then you can also use cell. So let's say that's testing, and we can incorporate that cell into our workbook if we want. So instead of having the text here, what we can do is get rid of that, and then let's put quotations there, and then do ampersand this workbook, sheets, and the sheet name is sheet 1. So sheet 1, and then we want cells. So this is going to be down 8, and it's going to be 1. So 8 1, and we want the text in that particular cell. All right, so let's run it. And you see, we got our testing right there. So that way you can use a cell value instead of typing it in the code directly. All right, and then one more. Let's say we've got a folder. See, this has no files in it. So just as like a sanity check. So if I type in the no files, I'll get an error, right? So we can prevent this from happening. All we have to do is at this point here, when it first looks in the folder, we can just say on error, go to, and let's call it no files. So at the bottom here, we can put our no files, and then we want a colon here. And what this will do is we can just put like a message box and say there are no files in this folder. All right, and then to prevent this box from getting hit every single time we run the macro, we can just end the macro right here. So that way, if there are files in the folder, this will never get touched. But if there aren't, we'll skip all this and jump right to the bottom. So let's run it again. And instead of that error message, we now have an actual error message that we designated. There are no files in this folder. All right, so that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one.